So I'm having a chat with Billy Morrison. How are you?
I am great, Jim. How are you and where are you?
Not too bad, and it's getting quite late now here in the UK. So yeah, it's not too bad over here at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've also been playing a new single of yours called "Drowning." Tell us a little bit about the single first of all.
Well, thank you for playing it. It is a single that is close to my heart. It was written right after, I mean, let's face it, everyone in the world was looking at riots, financial collapse, global pandemic, and a bunch of politicians telling us all kinds of shit that was just coming at us so thick and fast
Hmm.
that but I don't know about anyone else, but I was feeling information overload. I couldn't handle what was coming at me through the TV screen and the news outlets and Twitter and all of that. And I felt like I was drowning. And so I wrote the song Drowning.
Nice, excellent, and that's coming off your new solo record out April 19th, called The Morrison Project. What can people expect to hear when they get a chance to take a listen?
You know, the name was actually ripped off of the Alan Parsons project because Alan Parsons did a bunch of records with a bunch of special guests and they didn't really know what to call it. And someone suggested to me, well, this is the Morrison project. And what people can expect are there's 12 songs on the record, six I sing myself, and six I have some friends of mine sing for no reason other than they're my friends. They happen to be known musicians, but these were people that I didn't approach through management. I just sent them a text and went, I think I'm doing an album. I'm not sure. If I send you a track, will you sing on it? And that's how it came about. Obviously, a few guitar solos from some friends of mine as well.
Yeah, nice. And speaking of those guests, there's some good names on there. Ozzy Osbourne, Corey Taylor, TMC. What's it like getting people of that caliber of artists to sing your music?
I mean, it's two things because all of those people are close friends. I've worked with them for years. Ozzy's my best friend.
Hmm.
And, so asking a friend to do something is pretty much like, will you pick me up from the airport when I land? That kind of stuff. But on a on a creative level, obviously, I don't want Al Jurgensen turning around and going, I'm not singing on this shit, which luckily no one did. Everyone without exception took the track, did what they were going to do, and sent it back with a nice message saying, this is great. So it was a good experience and it was very organic, Jim. I didn't set out to make a record. I
Hmm.
was making music in COVID for no reason whatsoever, which is why there's hip hop beats, metal guitars, EDM samples. I didn't really know what I was doing. It only became cohesive once a couple of people had sung on some things. And Sharon said Crack Cocaine should be a single. And then I said, okay, fine, let's narrow this down to 12 songs and put it out.
Yeah, nice. And how does it feel to be writing and releasing music for yourself rather than working with others and like touring with Billy Idol?
That's a great question, and I love that question. I was asked what my hopes and dreams are for this album, and I have no hopes and dreams other than the release date. The moment this album is out, I feel like I've given birth to the one album that sonically is Billy Morrison. That's all I wanted to do was leave a body of work that I was actually proud of. That's me. It's all me. I produced the record. I wrote, I co-writes for sure, but it was my vision
Hmm.
and the sound of the record and the message of the record is me. So it feels very good to have the opportunity to deliver that baby, if you like.
Yeah, for sure. Are you hoping to be out doing some touring for yourself and doing your own solo shows?
Lots of people have asked me that, and the answer is no. Um, there's no way I could tour this album. I can't sing the song that Linda Perry sings. I can't sing that like
Hmm.
Linda Perry. I can't sing like Ozzy Osbourne. So I can only do the sing. Now, having said that, if some big shot promoter wants to give me a bunch of money to get all those people in one place for one night only, O2, I don't know. That's possible, but touring it, no. This is more about the music than I don't want to have to worry about selling merchandise and what markets are selling out and what I get all of that in the Billy Idol organization. This was purely about this body of work.
Yeah, yeah, good, good. And speaking of being out on the road with Billy Idol, how's that going with him at the moment?
I mean, I'm in my 15th year with Billy, and I couldn't wish for a better situation. Billy and Steve are amazing people to work with. I get a lot of creative freedom. We get to play old Generation X songs, which is right up my street because I'm the only member of the band that actually saw Generation X. So, it's fantastic. And there's no sign of slowing down. Rebel Yell 40th anniversary is right on us now. There's a documentary coming out. There's all kinds of shit happening in the Billy Idol world. So it looks like I'm in for the ride,
Yeah, nice busy time ahead. Are you planning on writing some more music?
I am. I might do a Morrison project version 2. The label seem keen on it, and I have a lot of other ideas. So yeah, I have a great recording studio in my house here. So yeah, I'm always writing music, even if it doesn't get released.
Do you know what direction you might want to take it?
Yeah, I'd like to do a lot of hip hop collaborations. That Walk This Way with Run DMC was absolutely genius, and I'm a huge old school hip hop fan. Cube, Dre, Eminem, like I listen to Tupac, I listen to Biggie. So I would want to go down the Cypress Hill route, the Cube, the Dre. I would love to do that, but with heavy guitars.
Because the genre itself is kind of split in two now. There's not many artists around who still combine them.
I agree with you. And hip hop itself turned into a very mainstream pop type vibe, which is fine. But for me, original hip hop was exactly like punk rock. It was, middle fingers in the air. We're gonna do this. This is our culture. And that's what drew me to it because I'm old school punk through and through. So I would love to combine those genres. It's like the track on the album, Just Like a Movie with DMC. I'm working with a rock and roll Hall of Famer, a hip hop legend, and he's on my album. So I can see an album that was a lot more hip hop oriented with heavy choruses.
Nice. I look forward to hearing it if and when it comes. You've been
Thank
around doing music for many years now. How have you evolved since the start through until now?
I think I've evolved as a human being more than a musician. I think that the older you get, the more you realize how much of an idiot you were when you were 20. And, the less I think that my musical boundaries have widened. And when I was 17, all I wanted to do was play Anarchy in the UK. And now I've had such great opportunities to work with everyone from Melissa Etheridge to Lou Reed to Slash to DMC. I think what that's done for me is has evolved me into a much broader thinking human being. Therefore, creativity becomes broader, if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, it does. And for
Plus,
those
I'm happy. Plus, I'm happy. I wasn't happy when I was 20. I was a angst-ridden, angry man. And these days, I live a good life, and I get to create in multiple genres.
Yeah, for sure. And for those who are just picking up a guitar now, what advice would you give them with the experience you've had?
100% don't listen to anyone else. I've never had a lesson in my life, ever. Everything I know in music has been done from working with people. The other thing I would say to someone picking up a guitar for the first time is listen to what your fellow musicians are doing and saying. You know, I've learned the most by keeping my mouth shut and watching all the people around me that came before me, the Dave Navarros and the Slashes, the Steve Stevens. If you're lucky enough to play with other musicians, learn from them.
Yeah, great stuff. Billy, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Thank you so much.